Alright, so by the time this video goes live, the winner of the account giveaway will have been announced, and I'll announce it in the community tab on my YouTube channel. I'll also put a link to it down in the description of this video, so do check it out. There will also be a video link to an unlisted video in that community post so that you can see, so that the randomized drawing of who actually won the account was done fairly. So yeah. And also while you're down there, do consider leaving a like on the video. It helps out a ton, and if you're new, consider subscribing for some more Grand Cross content. But with that, let's just get into today's video. Alright, so anyway, today we're going to be talking about the training grotto, like what you need to do to unlock the skip ticket feature. So it's basically going to be just a short little guide and also kind of a rant about one of the bad aspects that they brought in for the 4th anniversary, unfortunately, because we can only get so many training grotto keys now. We can only get 10, and I can't claim this because you have maximum number of training grotto keys. That means I do need to go into the training grotto, use up all my keys in order to be able to take this key and have it be my 10th key, right? Up to 10th key. Because as it is right now, it's gonna last here for 3 days, 21 hours as of this recording. Once this video actually goes live, it's gonna be less than that for you guys. But that means you only have 3 days and some change to actually use up all your training grotto keys, because I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. I've seen posts on Reddit, I've seen posts on Twitter, I've seen posts on the official forums of people having like so many training grotto keys, and you have to go through all of them. Now the easiest way is to just unlock the skip ticket feature. Now what the skip ticket feature allows you to do is to just go in here, you enter battle, you've done this before, so you can just use the skip ticket, and then you clear 3 of these, and then you do like the middle one, and the yellow one that pops up here with a 0 out of 3 at the moment. You can fight that if you want. That's just a little bit of extra rewards, but you do have to fight it with like your units. And the thing about the training grotto is like you can't use the same unit more than once. But how do you unlock the skip ticket feature? Well, for each of these enemies that you're facing, you will have to complete the missions, the associated missions at like full 5-star. So basically you need to clear with a team with a combat class of 144k or higher, clear with only strength attribute heroes on the team, so basically red type units, use ults 3 times, clear with 1 starting grade SR heroes on the team, clear with all heroes and more than 60% HP. Alright, that's manageable. Like using 3 ults with, like, you can slap on a couple of SR heroes. They have very weak ults, some have like ults that don't even deal damage. You can of course go with like an ult rush team for this specific mission and you'll complete it, right? But then you can't use those same units on the next mission. Let's just do this. Like we say that we had already built a team. As you can see, I can't use any of these units anymore. We get a new set of missions here, or thingies. You should always, of course, do the highest Goddess Amber. It's only 120k CC. It is ungear though, so do keep that in mind. You're not getting like CC from gear or anything, but you should still have quite a lot even with like super bad units. But here, the missions are different. So again, it's a combat class of over 144k. Strength attribute team, that's the same, because you're going with like an attribute disadvantage, right? Because the enemy here is a blue type unit, so you're putting yourself at the disadvantage. That's why this is a mission. Then this one is like remove 9 debuffs from allies using skills with the Purify effect. Now I'm not sure if that is what I did with this team specifically, because the teams do get saved to whatever you use them on, but this one removes debuffs, so does this Liz. And I'm pretty sure Arthur doesn't, but it is what it is. Like you can use, well, now different units. This one doesn't complete this mission specifically, of course, if you're using blue type units, but that doesn't matter. Like you can complete this one the first run you're doing or the first key you're using. Then when you get back into the thing and you try this again, because then you've already completed, say, these 2, you completed this one with female only heroes, and this one, you only have this one left, then you can just focus on a team that removes debuffs on your second run or your third run. Like if you've saved up 20, 30 keys, I don't know how many keys you have, you might have a lot of keys, or you might be a new player who just started out and you don't have any keys. This is like your first key or whatever. Just know that these missions can be completed over time. You don't need to complete all of them in the exact same run. I don't think. I can't remember if it was like that. I don't think it was like that, at least. So if I'm wrong and you do need to complete them all with the same team on the exact same time, then of course just build a team that's gonna work with these missions right here. And how you build a team with female only heroes that can remove debuffs and that are strength attribute. Basically you go in here, you can search for skills, and then it should be under other effects, I believe. Is it debuff cancel? Remove all debuffs, so you hit apply, then you can see all the units that have like debuff remover cards, and you can remove them in any way, sort of, for example, Zenna's ultimate, or I do believe it doesn't work with Kizuna's passive. It does need to be Kizuna's gold card, but do remember, like, Kizuna's gold card makes you immune to debuffs, so this might be one of the worst ways you can do it. As well as like ultimates like the one Zenna has. Also remove debuffs, but they grant you debuff immunity for 4 turns, which is not really what you want when you're like trying to do that mission specifically, because you can't really deal too much damage to the enemy either. But then you can just pick units that do have like debuff remover cards, like this Megelda. She's a female, she has a debuff remover card, she's a red type unit. Works out perfectly there. Likewise with this Liz, she's also a red type unit, so you have 2 units here with debuff removers. That might be enough for you to complete the mission. And does she have it as well, Easton? Yeah, so for this mission specifically, you can slap these 3 units on, or any combination of them, and then just have red type units that are also female. And when you complete it, like, you will be able to use the skip ticket on it. So you just use the skip ticket, and then you move on to the next, and the next one will, of course, again, also have different missions, and that is how you sort of complete it. But say you've already locked out on a unit that you kind of want to use for a mission, then just don't bother with that mission, specifically for this turn, or that you know, specific enemy that you're gonna face. So for the missions here with strength attribute heroes, these 2 are the same for like the blue type units. Of course, against the green type unit, you will of course have to use like blue units, and against the red unit, you will have to use green units. So always a disadvantage. That's basically how it is. But here, clear without using an ultimate move. I mean, okay, clear with a demon hero in the team. All right, and clear with all heroes having more than 60% HP. So basically run a demon team with this. That's pretty much not what I did here. I'm pretty sure I just swapped this out for some reason. I think it was like you can do it. You don't have to do this all in one run. Or at least that's how I thought it was. But if, say, you sort of start running out of red units that can also complete this, so basically you need a red demon team like this, and then you don't have to use her either. But you filter by races, and you go to demons, and you just pick out the red demons that you have. So Melascula here, for example. You have these units, you go into the thing, you complete it, you don't use any ult moves. You want to have everyone have 60% of their HP, and it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Like, you can of course use food here as well. So for the HP one, either you like apply some more HP to yourself so that the damage you do take doesn't drop below like 60%, or you can put like regeneration or recovery or lifesteal food or whatever you want to do. I think lifesteal food might be the best here. It's gonna give you 24% or up to 24% lifesteal, which is kind of nice. So those are sort of the ways you can build teams around this. And say next enemy you face, you kind of want to use this melee again, but you've already locked him out for the run. Like, you will be able to use him again on that specific fight the next turn you enter the training grotto. So you will have to use another key. I think you don't have to use a key once a week because it's always open or whatever, but then after that you have to use keys to unlock it. So yeah, we'll just do this, and once you've actually done that, this one will unlock. You can go in and do this one as well. I do believe you have to use other units for this as well if you want to do this, but it does sort of reward you with some better rewards, like you can get some hammers and stuff like that. So I would suggest most definitely do this, but it's up to you. You don't really have to do it anyway. Like, you can just continue doing these ones for the missions, like proceeding will consume all illusion, amber, battle count. So yeah, you do it however you want. But I think that's gonna be it for the guide. Like, I'm not gonna show you specific teams that can clear specific missions. Just read the mission things, try to build teams around it, use like the search function for the skills, build whatever teams you can build. If you don't have that many units, it doesn't really matter, or that many built out units, it doesn't really matter. Just know that you kind of want to level them up. It can work if you just level them up to level 80, 90. You don't have to like fully level them out, and you don't even have to gear them out because this is all ungear damage. So yeah, anyway, I hope you found this guide helpful. Like, it's just a short little guide, just because I'm kind of annoyed about them actually putting a damage cap on the, or actually putting a cap on how many like keys you can carry. So I need to run this. It will help me out though, because I will get a bunch of like enhancement materials for gear and stuff. But doing this unprompted, and you're kind of forced to do it unprompted, otherwise you're gonna lose out on a key, and that means in the long run, like, your account will be just a little bit weaker. It is kind of a bad feeling, and we only have like 3 days left, just a little bit more. So try to get it done. It shouldn't be too difficult, and if you need any help, just ask in the comments and I'll try to help you. But yeah, I think with that, that's it for me. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a most wonderful rest of your day. And yeah, I guess I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.